You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White Sports fans, we're going to be talking about Novak Djokovic here in this video. As you guys know, he was not allowed to participate at the Australian Open because he did not get the jab. That's all it comes down to. It's a bigger story than that, but I'm not going to really get into that in this video. You guys already know why he's not allowed to play in Australia. And right now, his main rival, Rafa Nadal, is playing at like 2:30 in the morning, and he can actually win the Australian Open and break the tie he has with Djokovic and Federer and get his 21st Grand Slam. But that's another story. I digress. However, guys, we know that in order for Novak Djokovic to get his exemption to participate at the Australian Open, it came out that he had the virus. And in the end, Australia said, no, we're going to reject all of that. You're not coming in, essentially because you did not get the jab. And also there was some problems with his paperwork where it asked him if he had actually traveled outside of Serbia between the 2 weeks leading up until the Australian Open, and he checked no. And then we found out he was actually in Spain. And I believe that was the death knell of him competing at the Australian Open. But now, guys, there's some real questions now on whether or not Novak Djokovic even had the virus, and that the paperwork that he submitted, because he submitted a positive COVID test, wasn't even real. Wow, man, check this out. Novak Djokovic doubts over timing of COVID tests. Now, I'm not saying that he made this up. I'm not. But the BBC, man, check this out. BBC research has cast doubt over the timing of the positive COVID test Novak Djokovic used to enter Australia to try to compete in the Australian Open. It was provided to exempt him from rules barring unvaccinated people. However, the serial number on his test on 16 December appears out of sequence with a sample of tests from Serbia over this period gathered by the BBC. It is also higher than from his second negative test result from 6 days later. His visa application was ultimately rejected, but not on these grounds. These findings raise questions over what impact a later positive test result would have had on his ability to enter Australia. So this is the problem right here, guys. It's the sequence number on his positive test. Check this out. You see this number here, 737-19999. Okay, that is actually a higher number than the test he submitted where it was negative on December 22nd. So it is out of sequence here. That is the problem right here. So you can see here, it says Djokovic positive COVID test confirmation code appears to be out of sync. And that is his test result right there in red for December 16th right there. And the positive result is actually right here, and it's completely out of whack, based on the numbers right here. Okay. Now, they don't really have an explanation as to why this is, but it's starting to raise some questions here as to, did he submit like phony paperwork or something like that? Did he even have the virus? Because we know he didn't want to get vaccinated, and he did submit this test to Australia to get the exemption. Was he trying to work the system? I'm not sure. I'm not making any allegations on this whatsoever, but BBC kind of dug into this, and this is really out there right now, guys. Now, John McEnroe, the great tennis player himself, wants probe into Novak Djokovic positive COVID tests as doubts raise. John McEnroe wants an investigation over Novak Djokovic's positive COVID-19 tests after research has created doubts over the timing of it. The BBC reported Friday that it had evidence showing the serial number on the document stating Djokovic's positive test was obtained from tests used between December 25th and 28th. Djokovic claimed to have had tested positive on December 16th. Additionally, a German investigation found that a timestamp creating a web page for the online record of Djokovic's positive test may not have been created until December 26th. So even that is just wild right there. Even though Djokovic said he had the paperwork for the 16th, but they believe it wasn't created until the 26th. Djokovic used the positive test unsuccessfully to claim he should be given an exemption to Australia's COVID vaccination mandate for visitors. Though his exemption was granted initially, Djokovic was detained at the border and eventually deported after a long back and forth. And that is the great John McEnroe standing right there with Novak Djokovic right there. Now, it said it didn't help the matter that he seemingly broke quarantine after testing positive during an interview on December 18th. Quote, "I'll give you an example of something I don't understand," McEnroe, who is working the Australian Open for Eurosport, said per the Telegraph. "Novak Djokovic to me is an extremely smart person. If he tested positive on, what is the date? December 15th, I'm throwing out a date. Why in the hell would he do an interview with a journalist on December 16th? That makes absolutely no sense to me. The guy's not stupid. He's smart. So already I'm like, what? I mean, he wasn't just sitting around going, I hope I get COVID so I can get an exemption. So that wasn't happening. And of course, we all talked about Djokovic actually did go to Spain. But McEnroe continues on. Quote, "I don't think that you'll be getting the Serbian authorities to try and figure out a way to make Novak look bad. If that's what anyone's thinking," McEnroe said, "that ain't happening." Djokovic's representatives, the Institute of Public Health of Serbia, the ITF, and the ATP all failed to comment to the Telegraph. So there you have it, guys. There is a lot of red flags here with the positive test of Novak Djokovic for COVID. I'm not saying that he faked COVID. Maybe he had it. He could have manipulated the paperwork. I'm not really sure. I'm not making any accusations whatsoever. I'm just here to bring you guys up to speed on the latest developments in what's going on with Novak Djokovic. And boy, if this is found to be fraudulent, he could be in some serious trouble, with these Grand Slam tournaments, all right? Because the next tournament is the French Open, and they have pretty much, banned Novak Djokovic unless he gets the jab. But if they find out that he manipulated paperwork, I don't know what's exactly going to go on, guys. I really do not. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.